got a special one for you today. Here they come. So I actually just learned this myself. I don't always plan out everything I do in my life, but some things that I do in my life wind up making sense. I was recording an intro for a different video that I plan on releasing in the future here, and something happened. And it wasn't until after it happened and I was considering it that I realized what I was doing, which is actually imprinting who I am on my animals. I'm going to roll that intro clip, then I'm going to talk to Pinky Pepper and I'm going to see if she can put this together, and then I'm going to kind of share the conclusion of the matter. So here comes that clip. Welcome back to the Abundant Harvest Homestead. See, Abundant Harvest Homestead. 2 witnesses. Anyway, we've got a lot of projects in the works, a lot of things that just kind of have been worked on. And I wanted to give you an update just to kind of keep you up to current events, seeing how they're all working. Let's move these sheep across, see how this rotational grazing is doing. And then we'll work our way through some stuff. So, gates open, sheep are up in the pasture, but how do we move them every single day? Wouldn't that be a lot of work? It would be a lot of work for some people, but not for us. Watch this. Meh! Meh! Oh, let's see how much effort this takes. Meh! 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 So, for a new pasture, it does not take much effort. And these ones, my sheep know my voice. They'll follow me around wherever. Okay, come on in, mama. Come on in, little mama. Yep, there you go. So, fruit trees are now fenced in. I'm going to give you an update on those peaches. Their water is full for the day. And the bottom pasture is locked off. So to move them from the senior pasture to the associate pasture is just that easy. Now that that's out of the way, little brown skink, I'm gonna come up here. Pinky Pepper moved the turkeys up into the mini barn. Give Mama Turkey and her babies some privacy. Pinky, you want to come over here? So they're actually just everywhere, but now they're chilling in their corner. So Pinky, could you maybe sneak out one little one just to show them how they're doing? Sure. And then I want to ask you a question. And then we're going to go by the ducklings and we're going to go by the chicks. Beautiful. And I'm so surprised at how many different colors we got just from that one mom, you know? So Pinky, I have a question for you. When those chicks, do you call them chicks for turkeys or poults? When those poults start hatching, oh look, a little black one peeking out from behind her.
That's a chick, yeah.
When they start hatching and they start peeping, what does the mother do?
She'll usually talk back to them.
She'll talk back to them. And then for a while, like every time they're making a noise, she'll make a noise to them, right? What's that do?
It imprints her voice and herself on them.
Okay. Let's go over by the chicks and the ducks quick.
Okay.
Thank you, Mama Turkey. So would you mind grabbing me a duckling and a chick, and I'm gonna ask you some questions.
I'll do it. I'll close this. So
Okay. Is that your duck walk? Did you get what you needed yet?
Not yet.
Really?
Okay, I did.
Okay. It sounds like you did now.
It's okay. Your baby's right here.
So if you can stay there, but open the door for me.
Settle.
There you go. So, in your left hand, stage right is a what?
A baby duck.
And what's in the other hand?
A baby chicken.
Okay, so what do the mothers do when those baby ducks start making the noise?
Talk back to him.
They talk back to them. What's that do?
It lets them know their voice and helps them bond with the mom.
Okay. And what's in your other hand? You can put that one down then. What's in your other hand? The same hand now.
Chicken.
Little chick. And what happens when they hatch and they start making noise?
Their mom talks back to them.
And what's that do?
Helps them learn their mom's voice and bond with her.
Oh, well, what do we call that?
Imprinting their.
Oh, imprinting. And then the baby knows who its mom is in all these situations. Interesting. Well, let's go check the sheep. Whoa.
And then the big gray one right across from it is hers that she hatched.
So I actually got a bucket of weeds I want you to dump in here that I weeded from back by the blackberries.
Okay.
Can you just call them over, please?
Bah!
Meh! Let's see what happens. Meh! That dog's gonna slow it up a little bit.
Good girl.
Here they come. Meh! So what did we just do? We just called them, right?
Yeah.
And what are they doing? They're coming. Yeah, come on everybody. Meh!
Actually, the one in the middle, Speckles, she's getting really close to having her first lamb.
Nice. How are my sheep doing? Hello, my sheep. You all came over to say hi. Yeah, you did. You all came over to say hi.
Here, here's a treat.
Would you check that for a snake, son? He just found a copperhead. So, Pinky, what happens when the lambs are born?
Their moms talk to them.
So every time they make a noise, what's their mom do?
She talks back to them.
And what happens then?
They learn their mom's voice.
They learn their mom's voice. Okay, I get that. See, that little lamb knows that's her mom. And she would be able to just by noise, just by voice. So now too, just like the turkey and the duck, this mama comes over because we have her baby.
And she's calling
You know,
too, because she
I'm gonna
knows
find a
where he
quieter
is.
place to record real quick, okay? So, I'm not always the wisest to make all my animals start shouting. Like all the sheep now, they're very excited. Because what do?
We call them.
And what normally happens when we call them?
They get fed or they get moved.
They get moved to a new pasture. We just set up some rotational grazing. And here's the thing. Who knows they're supposed to come when they're called out of our sheep? Do the newborns?
No.
No. But the older ones do, right? So by calling the older ones and having them know us, and my sheep know my voice, and having their young come with them, what are we actually doing to those young?
Teaching them to come when we call.
We're imprinting ourselves onto them. I was working on the intro to another video, and I realized just how easy it was for us to move our sheep. You know, we don't need a dog to, herd them. We just need to open a gate, call them, and we'll send them right through, and they'll leave. They'll go where we want them to go. They'll follow me anywhere. If I'm man, we could probably walk them all the way down to the creek and back, and they would follow us. But I didn't realize what we're doing generationally, that as the older ones know our voice already, and we tell them to come and their young come with them, we're imprinting. Did you realize that?
Yes. Actually.
Today, as I was telling you all that stuff, or before?
Well, I realized it for a while.
You did? I just found out the other day.
Especially when the lambs, like I was calling the ewes down when they were over there in that pasture, and I go, "Meh," and the lambs, they were they were still little, but they were a few weeks old already. And they were the first ones to start running, and they're so happy when their moms come running down with them.
Wow.
And it's just because they're jumping around with their big sheep, and so they also like coming because everyone runs.
All the little sheep like hopping around and going crazy, so if we call their parents and their parents are bouncing down, it makes the little ones excited. And yeah, they realize it's a good time. So that's one thing about imprinting, guys. It's not actually that hard to imprint your sheep. Like, seriously, however you want to do it, we choose to meh for the sheep. Why?
Because you're talking to the sheep.
You're speaking their language. They meh. So that's what I do. And now if I go, and do that, all my sheep will answer me. Some people think it's really neat because they'll be here and I'll be like, I wonder where my sheep are, and I'll meh, and they'll all come running out. If they're in this area, they're just foraging somewhere. But by doing that, then, if you do that when you feed them, give them some new hay, give them some, if you got sheep and grain, sheep feed and grain and stuff you're feeding them, or if you're moving them to a new pasture, if you teach them that, they're eventually going to learn. And then as they raise up the next generation is going to be raised knowing and learning that, and it'll just kind of go on for years and years and years. And, my sheep will respond to her voice, my sheep will respond to our voice. A human making that noise means they should pay attention. And as you saw a couple times, because I rolled that earlier clip, they come. So imprint your animals, and it'll probably help. I mean, you remember hearing stories of Grandpa growing up on the farm and calling the cows? And they'd just call the cows for milk time, and the milk time would also be when they gave them what? Feed, so all the cows would come running. And I just thought that was kind of neat, just learned it myself. Hopefully it's something for you guys to think about. And if you live in tighter quarters than we do, and you don't exactly want your neighbor, who's on the next acre over to be watching you go like, meh, meh, well then maybe come up with something else. Here sheep, or whatever you want to do. But imprint, and it makes life a lot easier. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
That's why all the animals know about this, and that's why I'm just learning about it. We'll see you next time.
Pinky out.
Thank you for watching. And the next one. Thumbs up. For real.
The cow head is good?
Yeah.
That's because you know.